Hello everybody, welcome back to episode 4 of my Minecraft survival series. As you can see, my my base is still here, fine and standing, although I wouldn't say it's all gone smoothly, because the blooming thing has developed a leak from the radiator and has absolutely flooded my inspection pit. So I'm going to have to fix that at some point. That's going to be a right pain to do. I don't know where I can get the spare parts to fix this bloody radiator. I might have to do the egg trick where I put an egg in the radiator and hopefully that just temporarily clogs it. What can you do? What can you do? Oh, and these llamas, the bloomin' would you believe the bloomin' traveller abandoned them? So I've rescued them. So they belong to me now. Don't know what I'll name them yet. We'll find out. We'll figure a name out at some point. Also, I've moved the cobblestone farm down here. Makes it a bit more neater. And as you can see, I've got a lot more cows and sheep. Cows especially are the ones we're going to need specifically for what we're going to do today because, well, I need to start enchanting stuff. The only way you can enchant stuff is by the enchantment table. But the only way to fully get the really good ones is by getting a whole bunch of bookcases. And how do you get a bunch of bookcases? Well, by paper and by making a whole bunch of books and making bookcases. How do I get bookcases? Making a lot of books and getting a lot of wood. How do I get books, leather and paper? From sugarcane and cows. So that's why I've got some sugarcane growing back there, and we've got some cows going. But it's going to be a slow process if I do it this way. So we're going to make some automatic farms. And I think the first one we're going to do is the automatic sugarcane farm. Now I need to know how much sugarcane do I have? Uh, 9 at the moment, which is fine. 8, that's 17 I've got, which is more than enough for the sugarcane farm. Annoyingly, due to... Oh no, I've got some quartz. Never mind. We've got plenty of quartz to do this. Redstone and the cobblestone to do this. Right, so that's the observers made. A bit more room in my inventory. Now I need to make the pistons. All good. And now the chests. Enough. I need 15 hoppers. So now I've got everything that I need really for the basis of the farm. I just need to decide on what building block I'm going to use. Since it's daytime. Oh yeah, I really like my pictures. That's another mod. If you've been noticing in my description, I've been hiding. There's a certain mod that I've been hiding. Well, here's my mod. I've been able to insert my own pictures into the paintings. These 2 cars are the cars I have made in Forza Horizon 5. So this was a BMW M3 using the old Need for Speed Most Wanted skin that somebody made, and this is my aerial atom that I custom color made. With I should point out it had a V10 engine in the back, so it was very, very quick. But yeah, that's look in the description now. That should now appear in the description. I know exactly what building blocks I'm going to use. I'm going to quickly put some sand on to make glass because I'm going to need it very much. I'm definitely going to need more sand at some point. I see you, zombie. I am going to take care of you. Dealt with him. One moment, I'm just gonna make the roof for it. Deep slate tiles, I like using these for a roof. So where am I gonna put it? Well, I think probably not here behind the bush because I have another plan for this area. So let's make it in this bit right here near the path, shall we? This will be done in a time-lapse form, just to make things go a bit quicker. But instead of music, I am going to, well, talk over it. I feel this one could do with a little explanation on how it works. So, yeah, let's get cracking. Actually, just before we start that time-lapse, there's a couple of things I forgot to make. I needed to make one more chest with one more hopper. I needed a minecart to put that hopper in, and a set of rails is what I needed. Otherwise, this wouldn't be much of an automatic farm. Well, anyways, as I said before, let's get cracking. Honestly, folks, a sugarcane farm is one of the most basic redstone farms you can make. All you need is a hopper minecart collective system underneath the dirt to collect the loose sugarcane, and then you just need pistons and observers to observe when the sugarcane has grown to its full height, and then that'll activate the pistons to chop down the sugarcane whilst leaving one in the dirt to grow for the next stack. It is so simple to make, and the great thing about this design that I am making is that it's fully universal. You can use this on a bamboo farm, or if you want with a little bit of a tweak, you can use it as a kelp farm, which both will be being made in this series because I plan on utilizing both farms, and I will need bamboo later for scaffolding and such, and kelp is a very useful, dried kelp blocks is a very useful furnace fuel, so look out for them later. I've used glass at the front just because it lets light in to let sugarcane grow, and utilizing torches inside also helps the growing process when it's night. And all I need to do is just AFK near the farm and then let the farm do its thing, or if I'm doing other things around the farm will also be doing its thing also. I don't need to do anything with this farm other than let it grow. That's all I can really do. And then I did have a couple of problems where I did run out of stone bricks and glass. Well, maybe not so much glass, but I did run out of stone bricks, and I just needed them to utilize the finish, and with that, the build is done. Well, as you can see, the sugarcane farm is built, and there's nothing more I can do now but let the thing grow and harvest itself. So while that's doing that, I now need to move on to the leather farm. Now there's a bunch of ways I can do this, and not quite sure yet how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to cut back and have a little think, and I'll cut back to when I've made my decision. So yeah, let me have a think. Right, well, I have an idea for the build, and I have a spot to build it. I'm going to build it right where I'm standing, and it'll give me room to make duplicates for the other animals. Okay, so let's start the time lapse. No music. Once again, I'll just talk through it to explain it, and let's get cracking. And the design I've chosen for this one is a universal one, because this one can also be used on sheep and pigs as well. And all it utilizes is 3 dispensers, 1 observer, 2 buttons and 2 levers, and 4 trapdoors. The two dispensers on the side, they hold lava to burn the cows that drop into the chambers in the side, and because of the button on the observer, it deactivates without the risk of losing any items to the lava. The observer, I don't know why I keep saying that, but the dispenser at the top dispenses water, so it lifts up the cows, making it easier to breed the ones at the top, and you utilize the trapdoors on the top to keep them separate and protect them from the lava from the dispensers below. Now, the only problem is, and the hardest part of this, is getting the said cows into the top chamber. I couldn't lead them in there with wheat. As you can see, I was trying my hardest. But what I did instead was just lead them in there, pull them in there with a lead, and it made it so much easier. But the problem was, it takes so much time that it kind of leaves me vulnerable to mobs, and especially if I lose the lead. So after, I think, 2 spider attacks and a zombie attack, I'm like, screw this, let's make it daytime. But once that was done, and 1 more zombie attack to boot, that's all done. And since there's 10 cows in there, I just need to feed them 10 wheat to get 5 calves at the most. It's the most sky risk because you do risk entity cramming. But yeah, once you do that, everything should be hunky-dory. And just like that, the leather farm is done. And yes, I'll also get some cooked steak from this as well. So now all we've got to do is just wait for the calves to grow up, and we'll be good to go. Well, while we wait, let's move the 2 llamas into their new pen, shall we? Nice try, buddy, but that's your home now. And while I'm at it, there's one thing I forgot to add. Just helps it out a bit. And that's the path to go right through it. That's a good stack of steak, so let's get cooking. There's the paper coming along. Not bad, I've got enough for 6. We'll have enough for 6 bookcases when that's all said and done. Plop that in there, ready for the next batch. Now I know what you may be thinking. Where am I going to put the enchanting table? There's no room in my RV for anything. And also, how am I going to get the XP each time? Well, the answer to both these questions lie behind me. If you remember from episode 1, over behind me in that direction, I found a mob spawner. And that I am going to turn into a little XP farm area. And it's also where my enchanting table is going to go. So if we go all the way over here, through here, around the corner, here is said mob spawner. Now, I've already done a bit of work in here, but it's still quite a bit work to do to turn this into a proper mob spawner and a mob farm and an area for the bookshelves and whatnot and the enchanting table, and to make sure nothing spawns in here while I'm doing this. So let's kick in with a time lapse of me absolutely, well, making the mob farm bit a lot bigger and then turning it into a sort of mob farm with a little collector pit for me to slice the zombies up and get the XP, and then we'll put an area for the bookshelves. Right, let's go. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, my little XP cave is complete. Sort of. I still need to finish off the enchantment room, but it is powerful enough to get me up. It is practically at full power, I'll just say that. We have a little AFK fish farm, and of course, utilising the mobs. Let me go fix my sword a second. Look at that. Got some stuff, and we're able to enchant. So let's see what. So perfect. Weaponize 3. That'll cause some damage. Well, not so much damage. Well, yeah, not so much damage as hit multiple targets at once. Oh, look at that, I got the zombified villager head. And before you ask, yes, this is from the vanilla tweaks data pack. Did you not notice the fish head I had? Might have to change the design on this again. Maybe get a couple of slabs. Hang on. Oh, for some reason it just does not want to poke through. Well, I'm gonna have to do a lot more XP grinding in order to fully get some enchanted gear, so... Well, how about we wrap up this episode here and join me back in episode 5, where we'll go on and do some other things, shall we? And hopefully by then I'll have some more enchanted gear and we can really start getting into the grinds of things. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like button. If you want to keep up with this series, make sure you subscribe, leave a comment on anything you would like me to build. I do read the comments, so yeah, I do take my time to read them, and I'll see you in the next episode. So yeah, I'm an Autistic Gamer. I wish you all a fantastic night. Take care of yourselves out there, folks, and I will catch you all in the next episode. Ta-ta for now.